Barber was one of the best known high schools in the state, black high schools in the state. All the major black high schools played each other, from Greensboro on back, Raleigh, Goldsboro. So we knew all the athletes. When I went to college, I knew all the guys that we played in high school. You know, they were on the college team in North Carolina Central. And one thing about J.T. Barber, we had a state championship basketball back in 19, what was that?
53, 50 something.
59.
Yeah. And actually
59 or 50. And Walt Bellamy,
yeah,
who was chosen as one of the 100 greatest pro basketball players, played on that team.
And I think
and the football team.
Actually, they had like Pete Martin, the Martin Brothers. Pete played with the Redskins.
It was all for
all
West Street.
West Street.
Him and Aaron.
I think they all played with Stanley, didn't they? When they
Yeah,
Aaron and Pete.
They're his schoolmates.
The show on this question, and I get everybody personal opinion. How are we feeling about this? The tearing down of Stanley. I mean, how are we really inside, deep in our hearts and our minds? Cause y'all been here way longer than me. Like I told y'all, Pickett was my coach, not growing up, but y'all was here when it first was built, and the land was nothing but land. So tell me, how do y'all feel today?
I came back home. I went to college and come back home in latter part of 77. And I started working here at 78 when I come back home. But like I said, I always, during the summer, I always had a job at the rig. I worked, you know, but I've got mixed feelings, man. I spent 30 years here. Got a lot of memories, a lot of good memories. Miss the people. When I retired, the biggest thing that I missed when I retired were the people I worked with. You know, we had a good group of people. You didn't have to tell them what to do every day or whatever. They knew what was going on and did their job. And that made everything go so smoothly. You know, we weren't worried about the time or whatever. And the kids that we helped and nurtured, money we spent on them, and then we had them. Football season, we'll go out and beat the stores, looking for cheap football cleats, give them to the kids and stuff like all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I got mixed feelings. I want something better than what we had. But like I said, I don't know. I think, you know, whatever they do, I hope it's better than what we had.
Again, I probably out of all of them spent the best time here. It's just like Mello getting emotional. I drove up before they came up. Just sitting there seeing it, you know, I took a bunch of pictures. Some of those pictures I took like the back wall of the gym, you know what I'm saying? I think Reggie just got some bricks. Again, I don't got a problem with you tearing it down mentally, but emotionally we do. Yes, sir. As long as we build it up and better and be sufficient to what the kids in this area gonna need. Me and Mello was talking yesterday. Man,
And keep the fees down so they can participate.
I come back to New Bern and come to this area, man, when Stanley White Recreation was really flourishing, man, you could walk in this area, it was live. You know, I mean, it was live with the drug game, it was live with everything, but it was live. It's like a ghost town over here.
But you know what, Dave? Even though we knew everybody that was doing drugs or selling drugs, but when they crossed in the Chapman Street, they knew the deal.
They respect.
They knew that I would call the police, he would call the police on it. We didn't have that mess. Whatever you do out there. But once you came into that parking lot, you follow our rules, you didn't put no mess there, and you come to have a good time and enjoy yourself.
It was a safe haven.
Exactly.
I
safe haven for the
just to
community.
mention this, you know, I think that Book was hired to be like, you know, with Book not being here. But you know, everybody talk about on Facebook, you do something here, you had a discipline set. You know, I think Book told somebody one time, what he said, you're gonna come back when the grass turns brown. And that being the summertime, the grass green. Book put him out here and told him, you're gonna come back when the grass turns brown. That was in spring, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, discipline was really a part of this.
You know, one, I get him all the time, Antoine Scott. Antoine grew up right there across the street from the gym. One of the baddest, and I joke him all the time. I tell him again 2 weeks. I used to put him out here regular. You know, that Duncan just being bad. The last thing I remember putting him out for, he broke windows on the other side, got mad and went out through and broke up couple windows out on the other side, you know, up there. But, you know, he come back and said that the influence that all had on him, it was better than anything in the world, you know. And I enjoy that's why his little thing he's got going on now, I'm gonna try to support him much as I can. You know, try to help him and do. Because the best thing that's ever happened to me with this center is that these older guys that got grown and come back. I was down at Union Point one day and ran to one of these kids, the guys, he had grown, had his family with him. He called me up, he said, come here. He said, look, these are my two sons. He said, I want you to just, you know, show you in front of them the impact you had on us. Because he kept us out. He said, y'all were hard, but we were fair. You know, and that made me so feel so good. You know, that was better than giving me some money because, you know, knowing them kids, and that happened, you know, they respected you and they enjoyed being around you. You know, I got one, my boy, you know, he hung right, there's two that hung under me, and that was Gopher and Sadine. Yep. And there were two that used to come, I could get them to help me and do anything in the gym. If I needed, they were there. You know, and that's the kind of people I was when I was growing up, the chief. And that's what it's all about.
So, to answer your question, we understand it's got to be changed, just like you said before, that, you know, things got to happen in order to promote change. So we know it's going to be a change. We just don't want nobody to forget it.
Oh yeah, that's why I suggested.
A whole lot of memories.
Them pictures that you got, or anything that we can find, put something large or something in the new hallway when they come in to let people know, you know, I got some stuff. Quite sure Pickett got some stuff. Mello, he probably had some stuff.
Jeff some of it.
Yeah, and all this stuff, man, and you know, that to show, you know, some of the things and the good that came out of this area. But that was one place I could go. My mom didn't worry about it because she knew that if I messed up, Stanley was going to go to me. Him and one of my older brothers was just like this. And I could go there anytime. Just my mom didn't have to worry about me. Because she knew what was going to happen if I stepped away.
I got a picture when we went in Fayetteville with the girls at the real estate tournament.
You got that fellow, boy. You know.
Since we talking about sports, I guess I'm gonna leave on this note then. Who is the best athlete to come to Stanley White? I don't want y'all to make nobody mad at that now.
I will say,
I know my athlete, basketball, football, baseball,
I feel good as well.
I said who now? William Moore, they call him. But he was a classmate of mine. We were the same age. We went through elementary all up there, you know, high school. Billy was one of the best I ever seen. That you know, you can play baseball, football, and Billy was
athlete Stanley White.
Hey man, he was you know, we played football, I played center.
that's y'all to me, that's a tough kid. It's a tough one.
But also,
Billy Moore, Billy Moore, who? See, I don't know. It's like a toss-up.
I mean, I see the older used to come to the gym. I heard stories about it.
Yes, used to hit that ball, man, and tear out them. I mean, I'm serious. I used to shag balls at Kramer Park, you know, doing it when the Giants had their semi-pro team. They would go to the brother play first base, so mom let me go. Man, I seen some players, you know, we had players like I say, my brother played first base. You know, Red Martin, which one of them on Martin boys played second. Scobie Mitchell was on third. We had Wesley George out there in the right field. You know, Stanley catching. And man, there used to be some games out there on Sundays. That was the place to be. You know, that's where Stanley died.
I have to say Walt Bellamy.
Yeah.
Because Walt
That's a different
Bellamy,
answer right there.
Walt Bellamy came out of high school. He was all state at a basketball championship and a football championship. Went to college. Was an All-American. Played on the Olympics team. And then he went on to be one of the 100 greatest basketball players. I'd have to give him
Bellman Drive is
First,
named
Yeah,
after him.
got to walk down here.
So last but not least.
Hello?
Everybody answer, but you don't gotta get your answer for the league. Who's the best athlete to come from Stanley White Recreational Center?
Well, I can say there's so many, but I'll say one name that I think quite good, and that was Eric Lewis.
Eric.
Basketball, football with Carolina.
In Carolina. Still fans with him on Facebook. It's crazy as hell.
Newburn gets
And he was a two-sport athlete, man.
Everybody, yes sir. Yes sir. But I know the names that y'all was gonna name, or the names, some of the names I ain't never heard of. That's what I wanted to
played,
hear.
come on, Stanley White, he needed to be counted.
Right. And he was, to me, I always thought he was better basketball player than football.
Me too.
He could fill it up.
Yeah,
I mean, fill it up.
We know he played JV basketball in Carolina.
Already
He played
proven
Carolina football
team.
and also played JV basketball.
Well, we had some teams, man. There was so many guys, man, around here that some of them got sidetracked after they left, but man, we had some athletes
And
come.
we had athletes coming to the gym that never played high school sports. Now, if they would have ever played,
You know, we used to beat the high school teams all
Every
the
year,
time.
every
We
year,
used to-
every year,
We used to
every
play
year.
them in a scrimmage, beat them every year.
But most of the guys wanted to play more at Stanley White than at high school. A lot of them, they could play here, but they rather play here.
Man, the nights, shoot, that gym will be so crowded sometimes all you can see with the floor.
Yep.
I'm serious.
You see, you asked what I missed. I'm sad about this too, but I missed that. That's what we're going to miss because we don't have that here.
Yeah.
We're talking about moving up there, 1,000 feet all the way to Broad Street. But what's going to happen in this community? What's going to have, we talked about the games and everything that went on, the liveliness that occurred here, and it was an economic driver too, with refreshments and food and other things going on here. When that's moved out to Broad Street, what happens to us here? One of the things that happened since Florence was so many people moved out. Houses abandoned, and so forth and so on. So the strength of a neighborhood or a community is based on public investment. What is the government going to put back here? It's the only thing we had in 50 years. That's gone, and that's going to move up there. So what's going to impact us here? That's the question. And I think we need to be asking our city government that, exactly what's going to happen here. We need to have this area filled. We need to go back to those baseball, we're moving forward, but let's not leave this behind.
So you want to understand, that's just the thing, it's got to stay apart. But you understand, if they move it, they can't put a building there. They can put something there like down to the farmer's market or some type building like that.
Exactly. And then there's an amphitheater.
Right. He's
You put
already
an amphitheater, which means concerts. You can have neighborhood concerts,
Exactly.
music
But
concerts,
like you said, the biggest
outdoor
thing
church.
is building it.
These things that's what makes a community. And we can't play football or basketball or baseball here at this point most of the time because the field too much. This needs to be raised so
Like
that
they
it
did
can
at,
be a really nice recreation
Lawson
area.
Creek.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if y'all know, if you've been in the Rawson Creek, that's where the shelters are. That's called a tire field. All they got, if you dig under there, all they got is all those old tires. They dump old tires. Where they got the football field at now, they were dumping concrete. That's why it took them so long to put the football field there that some of the stuff we wasn't selling, some of the bricks were coming up out of the ground. So I guess they finally got that and put the football field there at Lawson Creek. But all that used to be a trash pile too.
I want to see an amphitheater.
Yeah.
I want to see a skate park, skateboard park. People been petitioning in the city for a skateboard park. To a large degree, the only time white people get a chance to come into the community was when they went to Stanley White
Exactly.
and brought their kids over here.
Exactly.
And they see for their own self that it is a decent neighborhood. It is a good community. And we need just us going over there, but them coming over here. What you think?
Yep. That's the word you
You know, you sit back and say that the only time that white people came over here in this community, either buying drugs or coming to Stanley White Recreation Center. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Well, it has been something that's played in the
Yeah,
league.
that played in
and,
the league.
A lot of them that have
That's
played,
exactly.
and some of the women have said, white women have said, oh, it's not as bad as what I thought it was. The way they do it, they're talking. And since then, it started coming more. Places has been coming in, putting their kids in the league. And we even had coaches, white coaches, and good ones.
And right, like I said, even our football program back then, we had our owner, Mattia Hunt, we had the baddest little, I would say this, but we had that little small team. The best player, and the baddest player on that little team was Joey Belvin. I don't know if y'all heard. Joey Belvin was this tall.
Joey,
He played middle line, on the line.
You play linebacker
On
in
the
high
line.
school too.
Yeah.
The toughest little thing, I mean, nose guard.
That's what we need to get out of
And
it.
things are like that, you know.
The stigma of saying,
Right.
saying white.
Exactly.
You
That's
know,
why I always try to
and I get
correct
tired
it.
of when I'm saying,
Yeah,
there you
why
go.
some white people not coming? They do come over here.
They do.
Yes.
You know, but the thing is, we need to get out of that stigma of saying,
Right.
white got this and black got this. Just no reparations. That's
That's
all.
it.
And,
Right.
and the only thing I would like to see when they do whatever they is make the fees. I understand the city got to have fees for the difference. I understand that, but you got to make the fees so everybody can participate. When we were back there, we didn't have to worry about that, you know. But now, you know, you got it costs you $50 to $75 a person to play. Say you got 3 kids at that age, you can't afford that.
It's not
over
fair.
there. You're right. It's not,
It's not
fair.
fair. Because first of all, you pay taxes.
Exactly.
So you're paying twice.
You're right. And that age, and that's what a lot of our kids was out there walking, not doing that, because when Thurman instituted all these fees, man, we had a problem with players because they couldn't afford it.
Exactly.
You know, he stopped letting us use transportation to take the kids. We had to make it to the games, the best we
Pick them
could.
up and check them
Right.
up, bring them over.
Ride around in the
Ride
truck
around,
and pick them up. You know,
I used to pay my kids' registration. Some
Yeah.
of them, they didn't. That's what we did.
you're right.
You know, and we all followed the example. But
Exactly.
Stanley White. What I like to say is that Stanley White, his spirit, he instituted it in these guys here. And they
Right.
carry it forward.
You know, one thing, one last thing I can say about Stanley, he did not believe in cheating. I'm telling you right there.
Straight to sportsmanship.
He did not believe in cheating. If you had the best player on the team and you was acting like a fool, you wasn't going. He'd rather go to a tournament and lose with what he had than take a hard hit. And, you know, and that was one of the things I took on myself. And the boy team, they tried to get me to do a lot of stuff, but you got to have that integrity, man.
Absolutely. And the kids are looking at you.
Exactly.
You're an example to them.
And I'm gonna give you another. I would be so hard on my son when he came in that gym. I would put my son out before I put anybody else, because if the kids knew I do that to my son, they know I do it to them.
Yes, sir.
And my son used to be mad. Daddy, why you doing that? I said, because, you know, I can't show favor to you. You know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And that's the thing that you know, instilled in me.
And this is what's so important, male mentorship. As I said earlier, Stanley White, that was like a daycare. You could send your kids there, they could walk there, stay all day. You knew where they were, you knew where they were protected. If anything happened, you knew you'd get a phone call and come over there and see about it.
Exactly.
But,
Miss Curly May was good too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can hear now.
All right, thank y'all so much for coming on the
All
show.
right, thank
It's
you.
been a joy and a pleasure to get to know the history. A lot of
All right.
things I didn't know about Stanley White when I was growing up. But y'all say I really do appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate y'all, and I thank y'all, and I hope everybody stay safe, and I hope we all stay coronavirus free. That's the end of episode 66 with the 5 men that I'm gonna call the Stanley White starting 5 right here. We're out. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the Joshua Cuthbertson Show.
Please continue to show your love and support by clicking the subscribe button below the video. Check us out next week on the next episode of the Josh Cuthbertson Show. We out.